Alright, let's get fucking real for a sec. As much as I love to have a good time, there's some real scary shit going on. An alleged chemical attack in Syria has triggered an orange man baby to essentially declare war on Russia and the Middle East. Trump is threatening to bomb Syria, despite Russia's warning that it will retaliate with nuclear weapons. Holy fuck. Hang on. Why don't we all just calm the fuck down and try to formulate a measured diplomatic response? Surely that's what any world leader would do in this situation. Wrong!
Before dawn and before MPs were back at Westminster, 4 RAF Tornado jets left the British airbase in Cyprus armed with long-range Storm Shadow cruise missiles.
Theresa May decides that the British government should back the US with military action in Syria, without a vote in Parliament. On what basis?
All the indications are that the Syrian regime was responsible.
That there was a chemical attack committed by the Syrian government? On what evidence? None? Evidence? What's that? How do we know? Because Assad invited a fucking investigation into the alleged attack. And what is the West's response to this? Oh, bombs! Has anyone actually thought of, talking to them? Of course not. Because where has peaceful diplomatic discourse ever got anyone? I'll tell you where.
At some point. You were talking to them when they was killing our people, their women and children. You were talking to them.
That's fucking where.
You have to talk to people with whom you don't agree. And I did.
If some shit goes down and you try to reasonably seek a peaceful solution, history has taught us that you will be berated, you will be shamed, you will be called a sympathiser, a stooge, Kremlin's useful idiot, and labelled a dangerous man. In fact, let's talk about the fallacy of the dangerous man. Or woman. Over the past few years, all we've heard from the mainstream media of Jeremy Corbyn is that he is a dangerous man, a danger to politics, a danger to the economy, a danger to banks, a danger to this, and a danger to that. The latest claim, of course, being from Twat Sugar, calling him absolutely dangerous. Man, that really notches you one step further up the twat ladder, Sugar Tit. He's a danger, is he? Now what the fuck do you call this?
The attack started at about 2 o'clock this morning, UK time, targeting 3 sites.
Now don't get me wrong, what Trump is mindlessly tweeting is obviously a massive cause for concern. But we know he's an imbecile. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Because during the Obama era, he could not fucking stop tweeting his opposition to military action in Syria. I mean, look at him fucking go. He's still going. Well, that's enough. Yes, he's a hypocrite and a fool, but more worrying is Theresa May, an allegedly educated individual. Evidence? No, doesn't mean I can't say it. Blindly following this total arsehole into battle, even when other respected world leaders are dead against it. A battle based on no evidence and a complete disregard for the need to investigate. Not that that's ever happened before.
I gave the order for British forces to take part in military action in Iraq.
I express more sorrow, regret, and apology than you may ever know or can believe.
If you remember, the Tories took us into Syria at the end of 2015, despite relentless protests from the Stop the War campaign. Please, somebody tell me, where the fuck did that get us? Tell me, how much safer are we now due to that completely necessary intervention? Can you give it to me on a scale from 10 to fuck all?
It's becoming increasingly clear that the Prime Minister's proposals for military action simply do not stack up.
And why the fuck aren't we challenging Theresa May's decision to take us to fucking war? I'll tell you why. Because these days, the far right can do whatever the fuck they like. It's the left that have to constantly justify themselves. We see this every fucking day in the US. If Obama wore a tan suit, the media demanded his head on a plate. But Trump pays off a porn star, calls countries shitholes, defends sexual predators, and fails to condemn Nazis. Nobody bats a fucking eye. Likewise, Theresa May cuts police numbers, starves poor kids, fines the homeless, and bombs other countries. Nobody gives a shit. Why is it now cool to give arseholes a free pass? Probably because the people telling you what to think are also arseholes. Arseholes. And whilst everyone is freaking the fuck out about how Labour are going to pay for those buses, why in the almighty fuck is no one asking where the Tories, who are the people actually in government, in power, by the way, are going to get the money for this pointless fucking war? One airstrike cost Britain about £500,000. Well, that could pay for 20 paramedics, 20 police officers, 20 teachers, 19 nurses, 18 firefighters, and 18 junior doctors. But it's war, so it's obviously worth the money. Whenever you're low in the polls, just give yourself a little war. And for all those who defend this decision to intervene, tell me this. Why are we intervening in Syria and not in Gaza, where Palestinians are being mowed down by Israeli soldiers? And why are we not taking action against Saudi Arabia, who are bombing Yemen? And go! Anytime. I've got all fucking day. No? Fuck you, that's why I call bullshit. Because on Israel-Gaza, May hasn't said a fucking word. On Yemen, not a fucking word. I wonder if it's because Britain is still exporting millions of pounds worth of weapons to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is, quote, the largest state sponsor in terms of weapons funding of Wahhabi and Salafist jihadism, the ideological basis of terror group ISIS. Join the fucking dots. All because Syria is just the perfect kind of oil highway. And when the former head of the British Armed Services tries to point out the convenient timing of all this,
Assad has won this war, and we need to face that. So, and then you got last week the statement by Trump, or the tweet by Trump, that America had finished with ISIL and we were going to pull out soon, very soon. And then suddenly you get...
Okay, I'm very sorry. You've been very patient waiting for us, but we do need to leave it there.
Subtle much that Theresa May has fucked herself so much with Brexit. The only friend she's got is a nuke-toting madman whose hands are too small for the trigger.
Oops.
That she would rather side with a racist, misogynist, lying cheat says pretty much enough about her moral compass. And let me tell you something, right-wingers will be the first to complain about bullshit immigration when Syrians arrive once again on our shores, having lost their families, friends, and homes to our bombs. So do me a favour. Don't fucking tell me that Jeremy Corbyn is a dangerous man and let Theresa May off the hook. Don't you fucking dare! When the Tories are still pulling this Saudi-arming, US arse-kissing, child-starving, benefits cutting, NHS privatising, police scrapping bullshit. The only thing Corbyn is a danger to is the fucking beetroot in his allotment being wrenched from the ground. I'll do you a deal. Once you've actually suffered miserably under a socialist government whose main aim is a fair, democratic and just world where every citizen is taken care of equally, then you can come and complain about how dangerous Jeremy Corbyn is. Until then, kindly shut the fuck up and maybe stop voting for the who want to start World War III. Just an idea!